Live from Studio 5 in New York City, this is the News at 6.
I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Oh, man, remember that? Let's face it, we've all been there. The stress of beginning a very busy work week. But for many, the thought of returning to the office, well, really begins to start on the weekend when you're supposed to be decompressing and kind of relaxing. Dr. Woody is joining us right now. He is a great expert, Mike Woodward, but we call him Dr. Woody, and you're a psychologist. You're also involved with NYU, and you're doing a lot of good things. So thanks for being here. You know what? This is a very common problem. And I was reading, what is it, 1 in 3 suffer from this, difficulty?
From chronic stress at work. And on top of that, 50% of those who suffer from chronic stress are paralyzed by it.
Wow.
And when you look at the data, most companies report that their highest absenteeism is on Mondays. And a lot of that comes from stress avoidance.
Yeah, but there are a lot of problems, too, and all the reasons for this stuff, right? The boss and a lot of deadlines.
There's a lot of things that stress comes from. But so stress is rooted in a perceived lack of control over the demands that you face, right? And at work, those demands really come from uncertainty and an overload of work. So from an uncertainty perspective, when you don't have direction, you don't have good communication with your boss, you don't know where things are going, you're going to have a lot of stress. On the overload side, when there's a lot of demand on you and you don't feel like you have the time to get it done, you have stress. And look, Americans are overcommitted. We overcommit to everything.
Absolutely. I know. We're always doing things. Multitasking, you name it.
Yeah, the myth of multitasking. We're trying to get too much done, and so we put too much demand on ourselves. And on top of that, we have bosses putting demand on us because they have demand from their bosses. So it causes a lot of stress. And our challenge is, how do we reframe that stress and also find ways to reduce it or mitigate it?
Well, you can help us out, because you can always come here with a good list of things for us to do. Number 1 on your list is draft a launch list. Explain that to us.
So you don't want to go into the weekend stressed out and worrying about what's going to happen Monday. So to avoid those Sunday blues and that sort of anxiety that creeps up on you towards the night, you want to make sure that you close out your Friday, setting up yourself up for success on Monday by creating a launch list and a plan for the week. So at least planning helps mitigate uncertainty.
So you put it in place and you forget about it. Okay, the other thing you talk about is social Sundays.
So social support is the greatest buffer of stress. And a lot of research has found that lack of social support is as hazardous to your health as smoking. So spend time, structure and schedule time on Sundays with friends,
so
people
you can
who
relax
care about
a little bit.
Relax, and so that you can buffer that stress and also distract you from worrying about Monday.
And watch the things that trigger this kind of stress too, right?
Negative self-talk is always a trigger you have to pay attention to. So it's great to reflect. As a psychologist, I'll say that. But when reflection turns to rumination, that's bad. So make sure you catch yourself when you're moving into that mode of negative self-talk.
These are good tips. I hope a lot of people are listening and paying attention and heeding your good advice and go to work Monday feeling a lot better, okay? I like that list idea. I live with a list. Dr. Woody, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, all right.